East, I'm Sue Sweeney. Now, last week I visited Walbottle. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been to Walbottle before, but a nice little village, and I popped along there to experience Iftar, because it was the end of Ramadan. And to tell us more about it, Jamara, who I met that night, is on the line. Good morning, Jamara.
Morning, Sue.
It was an absolute thrill to meet you last week.
It was an absolute pleasure to meet you too.
And, we had a good old time, didn't we? And I have to say a big hello to everybody who made such lovely food at the Maida restaurant. And the end of Ramadan. And how was it for you?
Just to rectify, it's not the end of Ramadan, it was the end of that particular fast, because today we're actually on the 23rd fast.
Do you know, I saw that on the telly last night, and I thought we shared that meal because it was the end of Ramadan. So you tell us, enlighten us on that, for those who don't know. How long does it go on for?
Well, it can vary between 29 or 30 days of this month, which is we follow the lunar calendar when it comes to the month of fasting, and it's the month of Ramadan, and it can either be 29 or 30 days, so that we've either got 6 or 7 days before the full month finishes. And it was a joy, actually, on Monday, and hats off to you to join in the fast for that Monday.
It was difficult.
Did you find that hard?
I find it incredibly hard. In fact, when I got up to make my little speech that I didn't expect to make.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sue Sweeney from BBC Radio Newcastle. And it's a great pleasure to be here tonight. When I walked in, the first thing I noticed was all of this water just flooding down when I've had nothing to eat or drink. And then I thought, who has eaten the fish that should have been in the tank? I'm not sure. But I feel lightheaded. I can actually feel my heart pounding. And looking at a bottle of water, it's just, I'm so hungry, like Joe. When I saw the salt and pepper, I could have put on my sister's arm and eaten that as well. But all I've done is use toothpaste today, and I've gone through nearly half a tube. And I have to confess, I'm sorry, I did lick an ice cube. But I didn't swallow it. Spat it straight back out. And I've also noticed in this room tonight so much humour and so much happiness, which is really refreshing to come into a restaurant. And I know that we're all starving. But I think it has been good to experience this. It really has. And I can't wait to eat. In fact, I don't think I'm hungry anymore. I think I'm just really, really thirsty. And I will really enjoy that water. And what a pleasure to be out instead of, the other night I was sat watching the telly, watching this woman in a dirty tracksuit, greasy hair, no makeup, eating crisps, scratching herself. And then I realised the telly wasn't on, it was my reflection. And that is a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
I felt a bit lightheaded and a bit weak. That's the only word I can think of, really. I felt really weak. And all I wanted was a drink of water.
Hello, I'm Sue Sweeney from BBC Radio Newcastle. After fasting all day today, finally I came to this beautiful restaurant and I shared my stories, I listened to other people, I've learned so much about Ramadan and the breaking of the food, and the feast and everything, and the food was sensational. But I have to say my first drink of water was absolute, let me think of a word, nectar. Oh, I will never look at water again in the same way as I have tonight. Thank you for sharing this experience with me.
Thank you for coming, Sue, honestly, thank you so much.
It's been wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
It was a good night. And
it was a very good night.
I have to say hello to Abu Tayyib as well, because he made everybody feel very, very welcome.
Oh, he did, definitely.
Now, you yourself, I couldn't believe that I got sat next to you, and you yourself are a radio presenter. Where do you broadcast?
It's not as big as you make it sound now.
great deal about it, but I did feel quite enlightened about the Islamic Diversity Centre. And what came out with me was how happy everybody seemed to be.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, various ethnicities and cultures come together at the Islamic Diversity Centre, and we all do this, trying to enlighten people on Islam because of what's out in the media. It's not really a true representation. I mean, I've been a Muslim all my life, and I've got lovely neighbours and I've got lovely friends, and I've never suffered any sort of prejudice. So I think it's something that we give back to the community as well, because being a good Muslim means to give back to the community just whatever it is that we can, however big or small.
Well, it was a joy to meet you, Jamara, and I couldn't believe